So adding 1 over x minus 1 plus 2 over x plus 2 seems easy, right? And the answer is also fairly simple. वो क्या है? 3x over x minus 1 into x plus 2. ये हम हमेशा से करते आ रहे हैं, है ना? क्या आपने कभी सोचा है how it will be if it was to be the other way around? That is, express one single rational function as a sum of two or more single rational functions. So how do we break this fraction into parts? इसको समझने के लिए सबसे पहले we need to study the logic behind partial fractions. Expressing a single rational fraction as a sum of two or more rational fractions is called partial fractions. क्योंकि ये parts हैं जो कि एक rational fraction बनाते हैं. This process is called partial fraction resolution. It's used to simplify rational expressions and it's an extremely useful tool for integral calculus. A rational fraction is of two types. Number one, a proper rational fraction. ये क्या है? A rational function p of x over q of x is called a proper rational fraction if the degree of p of x is less than the degree of q of x. Simply, when the degree of denominator is greater than the degree of the numerator. इस example में हम देख सकते हैं, over here, the degree of x in the denominator is 1, while 0 in the numerator, and here the degree of x in the denominator is 3, while 2 in the numerator. And number 2, improper rational fractions. ये क्या है? They are a rational function of p of x over q of x is called an improper rational fraction if the degree of p of x is equal to or greater than the degree of q of x. यानी जब degree of numerator is less than or equal to the degree of the denominator. अब इधर हम example में क्या देख सकते हैं? इधर degree of x in the denominator and numerator is 1. That is the same. तो ये क्या कहलाएगा? ये कहलाएगा improper rational fraction. और इधर degree of x in the denominator is 1 while the degree of x in the numerator is 2. तो ये improper rational fraction कहलाएगा. So just as an improper fraction can be divided and written as a mixed number. For example, हमारे पास है 9 over 2. It can be written as this. 4 is our quotient, 1 is our remainder and 2 is our divisor. हम इसको इस तरह भी लिख सकते हैं. 4 into 1 over 2. Simply put, that's the sum of a whole number and a proper fraction. तो इसी तरह improper rational fractions को भी हम mixed form में लिख सकते हैं. For example, 3x square plus 1 over x minus 2 is an improper rational fraction. We can use long division, जैसे हमने chapter 4 में पढ़ा था, to obtain a mixed form equivalent to this. So here the improper rational fraction, which is 3x square plus 1 over x minus 2, is equal to the sum of the polynomial 3x plus 6 and the proper rational fraction 13 over x minus 2. तो हमेशा याद रखेगा, when resolving a rational fraction into partial fractions, the degree of p of x must be less than the degree of q of x. That is proper rational fraction. In the case of improper rational fractions, we need to divide and work with the remainder theorem. So इस टॉपिक को मज़ीद समझने से पहले let's look at what equation and identities are. The conditional equation holds true for only particular values of the variable. जैसे कि हमारे पास है x minus 1 is equals to 4. That can only be true for x is equals to 5. x में आप 7 डालें या 9 डालें तब वो आंसर तो नहीं आएगा हमारे पास, right? So it's not true for any other value. What's identity? Identity holds true for all values of the variable, such as if we have a plus b into x, that would be equal to ax plus bx, and that would be true for all values of x. तो जब हम partial fractions को rational fractions में तोड़ देते हैं तो result आता है of an identity. इसका क्या मतलब है? That means both sides are equal for all values of the variable, such as in this case. So इसी fact को use करते हैं and let's look at the following theorem to evaluate partial fractions. So if two polynomials are equal for all values of the variable, then the polynomials have the same degree and the coefficients of the like powers of the variable in both polynomials must be equal. तो ये theorem हमें क्या बताता है? ये हमें बताता है कि अगर हमारे पास एक आइडेंटिटी है so we can compare the constants and the coefficients of the like power on both sides. जैसे कि इधर we can see coefficients of like powers. जैसे start करते हैं x cube से. So x cube is on both sides, which means p की identity क्या हुई? That would be 2. Similarly x square को देखें, दोनों sides पे है, तो q की value क्या होगी? -3. Similarly अब x को देखते हैं, तो उसके कोएफिशिएंट की क्या वैल्यू होगी? जो कि a है उसकी वैल्यू होगी 4 एंड लास्टली b की क्या वैल्यू होगी? दैट वुड बी जस्ट 5.